Hi everybody, welcome back to the Coding and Analysis YouTube channel. And in the previous video, we ran the XGBoost regression model with cross-validation and optimal boosting rounds for early stoppage, and then fit that final model on 100% of the data. You can see here we have our XGBoost hyperparameters for the regression model, and then that goes into the cross-validation parameters, the XGB underscore parameters, and then the matrix, the optimized data structure for XGBoost goes into here. You can see here xgb.dmatrix, and the data is the X label, or the features label is the Y target variable, and the feature names are the features that we are using the different columns for our model to determine the sold price. Number of boosting rounds 150, number of folds is 5, metrics is mean absolute error, early stopping rounds is at 10. And then you can see here final model training on the full log transform data right here with our xgboost.train method and these parameters. And then we transform it from log space and reverse it back to the actual dollar amount. Get our feature importance right here. So this dot score is from the it's a method from the XGBoost library. We're extracting the scores, the gain to the average gain when features used in the splits during the model runs, normalized to the percent contribution for interpretability. You can see here we made a data frame for this feature importance, and we sorted it for the most important ones to be at the top. Then we can see here this is going to be the result. Our it's going to return this data frame with our model predictions and the actual sold prices. These are the features that were used. And you can see here the baths was at 38%, waterfront 14 square feet at 19%, private pool at 10%. And when we evaluate the R square and the MAE, we got 0.978. And then the MAE was at 98,796. And then when we calculate that onto our chart, we calculate our residuals, top 5 outliers, use the Seaborn scatter plot, use these parameters inside. We're using the all predictions data frame, which was right here, from here. The X is the actual sold price, the Y is our model's predicted price. The diagonal line is what the way it's going to show up. It's going to show up with those two dashes in a gray color. And then we do the for loop for the residuals, label the title, the X label, and the Y label, get the current axes to show up for our R square and MAE. You can see our gray diagonal line with the 2 dashes. In our results, you can see some of them are below or undervalued. The 4 of the residuals were undervalued, and one that was marked was overvalued, the 4507 Old Plantation Place. We can see we make in our data frame, we're making a new column valuation div with our predicted price minus the actual sold price. And we have here our overvalued properties, most overvalued ones, which is 4507 Old Plantation Place. You can see up here, 201 Maddie's Way. So these are high valued properties. So the sold price was 2.1 million. Our predicted price had at 2.53 million. Valuation difference 432,000. Maddie's Way 362,000 was the difference. and 1.25 sold price. Our predicted price was 1.61 million. And we can see here, we go to the undervalued. We had 4 of them. Old Plantation Place. 4 of them showed up here. Got Calhoun, Plantation Place. So the difference, and these are, and we just have to remember, these are high valued properties that we're dealing with. So even though the valuation difference is large, it's just minus 742,000. It's really, going from 5.5 million to 4.7 million, which grand scheme of things isn't that high of a difference. Then we get here 4.63 million, 3.96 million, difference of minus 663,000. So we'll look at our spreadsheet here with our calculations. And you can see are the large outliers when we did the best boosting rounds, cross-validation, training on 100% of the data after we did the cross-validation best boosting. So we get a smaller amount of large outliers compared to the previous model runs. So you can see here, this was our lot size. All the lot sizes were inputted into our data set, and then our regressor with the log1p was applied here, and then our XGBoost cross-validation best boosting is this spreadsheet. So we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 outliers, and there's nothing crazy, no crazy difference. I guess this one, the Quail Boulevard, but we've seen this one before. We've noted it already. Home needs repairs, not reflected in the model's predictions. The property condition was not reflected. And then the Stallman Avenue right here, home needs repairs, property condition not reflected in the model's predictions. And this one's the one that was winterized and needed a new roof. It needed some work done. Cosmetic needed only. So that's why it sold for $359, but the Redfin estimate was $455, and our model was close to the Redfin estimate. So let's look at Maddie's Way, 201 Maddie's Way that we saw before. 362,000 in the residual outlier that we saw in our chart. So what is the note here? Model overvalued home. So our model had it at 1.6 million. That sold for 1.25 million. Difference of 362,000. Let's take a look at it. Looks very nice. It sold in February. 4 beds, 4 baths, 3,000 square feet. Renovated. New exterior paint. Full renovation was 3 years ago. Built in 2003. So it's been listed. It's been listed since 2023, and it finally sold. They keep dropping the price till it sold for 1.25 million. When you get these $1 million homes and 2 million to 6 million, they can stay on the market for a long time. Just like this one, they just had to keep it on, keep it listed, and keep dropping it till it sold for what they were okay. The seller was okay with selling the house for 1.2 million. So once the $1 million properties, the days on market can be pretty high, especially for this one. So our model overvalued it. Let's look at 4518 Old Plantation. So that was actually moved to a medium outlier. So even though it was the one of the top residuals, it's just because the home so pricey, 5.5 million. Our model had it at a 4.7 million. Model undervalued the home, which, I mean, honestly, 15.62% difference is not that bad. I'm not going to be complaining that our model got it within 15% for a $5 million property. Let's take a look at that one. Looks extremely nice. 7,000 square feet, 5 beds, 5.5 baths, beautifully remodeled, built in 2007. 80-foot state-of-the-art deep water boat slip. So must be on the bay, must be on the north side. Bayou, let's see, bayou frontage. So yeah, it's on the north side, the bay, you got I guess the bayou right here. So very nice house. It's like another one, 4507 Old Plantation. Where would that be? I'm trying to find it in here. 4507, so that's in the medium outliers as well. And it's only off by 17%. Our model had 2.5 million, it sold for 2.1. But what does it say here? It says home was listed for 2.5 million in February 2024. Large haircut to get the price to get it sold. So even though our 2.5, our model 2.5 sold for 2.1, the Redfin estimate was 2.45 million. So we just have to think of this Redfin estimate as probably the model still has it in a seller market, while this 2.1 is being reflective of the buyer's market that this area is in and that the country is in right now. So we have 2.1 million. Thus, what they probably did was, they probably just listed it let's see, when did they list it? 2.5 in February 2024. So their mindset is, let's just list it at the Redfin estimate and drop it down till we get a price that we're okay selling it for. So it's listed in 2024, 2.5. They kept dropping it. And then it took a large haircut, 2.1. So I guess they were okay with their ROI at 2.1 million return on investment. Though it says it was listed, that's confusing. And then it says May 1st listed for 2.44. So I guess I don't know. That's funny. I don't know if if there's a problem. I guess it just sold for 2.1 million. I doubt the person that sold it. There's no way they could have done that. Sold it and then listed it back the next day at 2.4. No, they probably just sold it 2.1 and then this still had it at the listing price, even though it had already sold. So they took a pretty large haircut on the home, but they still sold it for 2.1, which is lower than the Redfin estimate, the seller market, I guess, mindset of the Redfin estimate. And our model had it close to the Redfin estimate. So anytime our model is close to the Redfin estimate, that's okay. I'm not gonna complain about that. That's the best. If that's the best we can do, I'll be okay with that if we get close to the Redfin estimate, because the Redfin estimate is their models predictions, and I'm doing my model's prediction with XG boost and regressor and cross validation. So anytime I can get it close to their estimate, I'll be happy with that. I'll look at one more, 4457 Clipper Court. I guess that's Court CV. I don't know what CV is. So sold for 800. What's the comments are, let's see, Clipper Court, not updated but well maintained. So our model had 949, sold for 800,000. 800,000, and we look at it. Yeah, you can see it's sold for 800,000. Was built in 1995. It looks like from the pictures they have the original features of the home that sold in 1995. Especially the carpet, that looks pretty old. That looks like it's from 1995. And then the kitchen features, they look pretty dated. I was trying to find the oh yeah, the baths. The baths look like they're from that countertop. Looks like it's from 1995. So that's probably why I sold for 800,000. Wasn't in a updated price. So you could probably think of it as the 949 would probably be how much it sold for if it had some updates. Not completely decked out, renovated, but maybe the carpet was gone and the kitchen was updated. So that's okay. I'm okay with our model having it 949 because the 800,000 is with the features of the home updated. And we'll look at one more, 248 Maddie's Way. I'll just type it in. Let it load. Very nice. In-ground pool, 1.6 million is the estimate. Ours is at 1.7, so it's close to the Redfin estimate. That's good. It sold for 1.45 million. And what does this say? Home. Looks like home wasn't marketed with the photos. Model closer to the Redfin estimate. And just, there's no photos. It sold on February 14, 2025. That's all it says about the home. So I don't really know what the home looks like. It could be African granite high-end appliances. Still though, there's no photos or anything on Redfin. Trying to find the listed sold 1.4, listed sold 7 days later, so that was 7 days on market. So it looks like they kind of just priced it to sell. They just wanted to sell it. They didn't want it to put it up at the Redfin estimate at 1.6 and have it listed for 2 years and continuing have to drop it. They were probably just thinking, let's just get it sold. But we might take a little. It could have been maybe closer to 1.5 or something, but I guess you could kind of call this a quick sell because it sold within less than 30 days. But they might have priced it just the way they wanted it to get it sold, and they want it to have to linger for a couple of years. But I'm okay with our model. Model had it close to the Redfin estimate 1.68. So let's look at the analysis. The XGB regressor with lot size all filled out at 146 within range. XGB regressor log 1P applied 148 within range. XG boost cross validation best boosting rounds with the log 1P. It had 145, but the difference is the large outliers was at 7 compared to these two models, which were 18 and 16, even though the medium outliers was at 21, so a lot more medium outliers. But the medium outliers is between 15 and 20%. And as you saw there in the examples, a lot of them were close to the Redfin estimate. Our model's predictions were similar to the Redfin's estimate. So that's kind of the goal we're sort of shooting for. So I'm okay with this this model. I guess if you have to pick one, I guess I would go with this one because it knocks the large outliers down to only 7, and then still has a within range of 145. See the R2 scores 0.98, 0.971, 0.978. So still really great. Excellent R2 scores, and the MAE is only off by a range from 88,000 to 98,000. So anytime you can get that, I'll take that. I mean, it's close as 1. You know, 1's a perfect score. So anytime we can get these numbers with the R2 and the MAE scores, you know, I'm okay with that. I'm happy with those scores. But I guess I'll go with this one as the best model run that we have had. And that'll be it for this video. In the next video, I'm gonna try something. Gonna try to add some more, add some current listings to our project and see what the our models would predict the sold prices for these current listings. So I'll start that. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye now.